MDARD's new director outlines his priorities for 2019.
My dad had a farm, small farm, and he's also the local John Deere dealer. And then we kind of took over the farm, myself, my brothers, and we grew the farm from the 80 acres original farm to about 1,000 acres, which we farm today. We raised mostly high quality Timothy hay, which we ship down to the southern markets.
President Trump pushes Congress to approve the new NAFTA.
Our new U.S. Mexico-Canada agreement, the USMCA, will replace NAFTA and deliver for American workers like they haven't had delivered to for a long time.
And Michigan Agricultural Commodities' Chris Betts will join us with a market update. I'm Janelle Brose, and this is Farm News 5.
Farm News 5 is brought to you by Ford.
With 1 month on the job, farmer and former state representative Gary McDowell is settling into his role as director of the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development.
We do have some priorities that have been ongoing but need to be accomplished. And one, we need to update our technology in the field, especially with our inspectors. We've fallen behind, and we need to have the newest technology to make sure reports are accurate and they're back here in timely manner. And also the industrial hemp. That was a commodity in the federal farm bill, and we're putting the implementation of that. There's been some issues have come up. It's going to be delayed some, but we're working at it. And TV in our dairy herds in Northeast Michigan, been an ongoing problem. We're looking at hopefully getting that taken care of in the near future, where I think there's one herd right now that is still under quarantine, but that's been an ongoing problem. We're going to continue to make it one of our major focuses to get that taken care of.
Director McDowell also hopes to continue to grow the Michigan Agriculture Environmental Assurance Program.
We have to be sustainable, we have to be responsible to the environment and also to our consumers. And this is a real way of doing that. And as I mentioned before, the pride in the farmer, that they're doing the right practices, the best accepted practices for agriculture.
If you want a car from a company that's been building them for 115 years, get a Ford. If you want a car with driver assist technology, get a Ford. You're gonna want a Ford.
Michigan Farm Bureau's 2019 President's Conference took place February 4th and 5th at the Kellogg Center in East Lansing, kicking off the 100th birthday of the state's largest general farm organization.
100 years ago today, February 4th, 1919, farmers across the state gathered for Farmers Week here on the campus of what was then known as Michigan Agricultural College. Take a moment to think about those early leaders, the ones who posed for that photo outside, just like you did a few minutes ago. They represented their respective counties that went today in 1919. I know it didn't feel like that here today, but thank goodness it wasn't last week. They had a vision for what Farm Bureau could do for them, their farms, their communities, and state. They took a bold step and gathered here to create what is now the state's largest general farm organization.
Planning for 2019 and beyond, Foster Swift's Ag Law team offers comprehensive legal counsel for farmers and businesses.
The ink was barely dry on Governor Gretchen Whitmer's executive order to reorganize the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality before the State House voted on a resolution to reject it. The Michigan House passed the resolution Wednesday, although the Michigan Senate has yet to follow suit. The executive order reorganizing the DEQ also would have abolished newly created oversight committees. Supported by Michigan Farm Bureau, the committees were charged with reviewing environmental rules and permit decisions. President Donald Trump delivered his second State of the Union address on Tuesday, and with it implored legislators to approve the U.S.-Mexico-Canada Agreement, or USMCA, which was signed last year by leaders of all three countries.
I hope you can pass the USMCA into law so that we can bring back our manufacturing jobs in even greater numbers, expand American agriculture, protect intellectual property, and ensure that more cars are proudly stamped with our 4 beautiful words, made in the USA.
The president's address also highlighted the passage of the 2018 Farm Bill. With a look at the latest market activity, here is Michigan Ag Commodities' Chris Betts.
Thanks, Janelle. Trade talks between the U.S. and China last weekend left a positive tone going into the week, with rumors of additional Chinese purchases of U.S. soybeans. Such business was confirmed during the week over the daily USDA export wire. Trade failed to gain any real upward momentum, however, as all indications are that the U.S. and China are still far apart from each other in negotiations. On Thursday, President Trump indicated that he and President Xi would not meet before the important March 1st deadline, as had been rumored. The U.S. plans to levy additional tariffs on Chinese goods on March 1st, should demands not be addressed by the Chinese. Bulls were also unwilling to stick their neck out on new positions throughout the week with the long-awaited release of the next USDA WASDE report, which has been put off because of the partial government shutdown. Look for the results to set the tone for trade moving forward. For more market information, go to michag.com. With Michigan Agricultural Commodities, I'm Chris Betts.
For more news and video, visit MichiganFarmNews.com and the Michigan Farm Bureau channel on YouTube. With Farm News 5, I'm Janelle Brose. Have a great week of farming.